Good evening, everyone. Let's start with something simple. We live in a world that constantly tries to define us. From society's expectations to the voices of others around us, it can often feel like everyone has a narrative for us. Family, friends, colleagues, they all have their ideas of who we should be and how we should live. But here's the truth, your story belongs to you. The power to shape, to live, and to evolve in your own narrative is entirely within your hands. You are not a product of circumstances, nor a prisoner of the past. You are not the mistakes you've made, nor the setbacks you've encountered. You are the author, and every chapter is yours to write. The moment you realize that, everything changes. The fear, the doubts, the insecurities, they start to fade away as you begin to take control of your own narrative. We've all heard it before, the stories of people who rose from nothing. Those who were told they couldn't make it. Those who faced every obstacle imaginable and still found success. Why did they stand out? Because they realized that their story didn't need to be dictated by others. They understood that they were the ones in charge, and that realization set them free. Your story is not defined by where you come from or by the mistakes you've made. You are defined by the choices you make today, the actions you take tomorrow, and the attitude you carry forward. Your story is a reflection of your resilience, your passions, your ambitions, and most importantly, your authenticity. When you own your story, you stop being a passenger in your life and become the driver. You take full responsibility for your journey. Think about it. How many times have you found yourself seeking approval from others? How many times have you delayed making a decision because you were worried about what others would think? Stop. When you own your story, you no longer need that approval. You no longer need anyone to tell you what's right for you. You become the expert of your own life. You begin to trust in your ability to overcome, to learn, and to grow. You don't wait for life to hand you opportunities, you create them. You become the person who defines success for yourself, not by the standards of others, but by the measure of your own heart. Our past is often seen as a weight we carry, a series of events, experiences, and decisions that we wish we could change or forget. But the truth is, our past is not a burden to carry. It's the foundation of our strength. Every moment we've lived, whether good or bad, has played a crucial role in shaping who we are today. There is power in embracing your past because it's the map that guides you forward. The successes and triumphs you've experienced have given you confidence and the wisdom to navigate life's challenges. The mistakes and failures, though painful, have taught you invaluable lessons about resilience, perseverance, and growth. Without them, you wouldn't be the person you are now. Your scars are not signs of weakness. They are proof that you've survived. When you embrace your past, you stop running from it. You stop letting it define you in a negative way. Instead, you choose to accept it, learn from it, and use it to propel yourself into the future. Every setback you faced is a stepping stone that has contributed to your journey. You are not your past mistakes, but you are who you've become as a result of them. Think about the hardest moments in your life, those times when you felt lost, defeated, or broken. It's easy to wish they never happened. But what if those very moments are the ones that shaped your greatest strength? What if those times of struggle taught you resilience, humility, and determination? What if the lessons from those moments are the very things that will carry you through the toughest challenges ahead? Embracing your past means acknowledging the full range of your experiences, both the triumphs and the challenges. It's about accepting that all the ups and downs were necessary for your growth. Your past has given you wisdom, and that wisdom is a powerful tool in creating the future you desire. In fact, the most successful and resilient people are often those who have the courage to confront their past and use it as fuel. They understand that their past doesn't define them, it shapes them. They've faced their struggles head on and emerged stronger. They've learned to take the lessons of the past and apply them to the present. So let go of any shame, guilt, or regret that you may carry. You are not a product of your mistakes, but of how you've overcome them. Embrace your past as a vital part of who you are, and trust that it has prepared you for the future that is unfolding before you. Remember, the past doesn't have to control your future. It can be the foundation for your strength and growth. When you embrace your past, you empower yourself to move forward with clarity, confidence, and purpose. Trusting yourself is one of the most powerful and liberating decisions you can make. In a world filled with noise and opinions, it's easy to look outward for validation, guidance, and direction. But the most important source of guidance comes from within. Your intuition, your inner voice, your heart. They know more than you think. When you trust yourself, you are acknowledging that you have the wisdom and the strength to navigate life's challenges. You stop relying on others to dictate your path and start looking inward for the answers. Trusting yourself is not about perfection. It's about believing in your ability to make the right choices, even when the road is uncertain. Think of all the moments when you've doubted yourself, when you've questioned your decisions, your abilities, your worth. We've all been there wondering if we were on the right path or if we had what it took to succeed. But the truth is, you've made it this far because of your ability to trust yourself, even when it wasn't easy. Every step you've taken, every decision you've made has been a reflection of your inner wisdom. You've been trusting yourself all along, even if you didn't recognize it. When you trust yourself, you give yourself permission to take risks, to step into the unknown, and to pursue what feels right to you. You stop waiting for external approval, and you stop doubting your worth. The journey ahead may be filled with uncertainty, but trusting yourself allows you to embrace that uncertainty with confidence. You no longer need validation from the world to feel secure. Instead, you understand that the strength to move forward lies within you. Trusting yourself also means accepting your imperfections. It's about knowing that you don't need to have all the answers and that it's okay to make mistakes. You won't always get things right, and that's perfectly fine. What matters is that you believe in your ability to learn and grow from each experience. Your failures don't define you, your ability to rise after them does. Self-trust is also about honoring your values and staying true to what matters most to you. When you trust yourself, you become less swayed by the opinions and judgments of others. You begin to make decisions based on your beliefs, your values, and your vision for the future. And the more you align your actions with your true self, the more confident and empowered you'll feel. At the core, trusting yourself is about self-love and self-respect. It's about giving yourself the freedom to be who you are without fear, guilt, or doubt. When you trust yourself, you stop holding back. You start to take the steps necessary to live the life you've always dreamed of because you understand that you are worthy of all the success, happiness, and fulfillment that lies ahead. Failure. The word itself carries weight, doesn't it? It has the power to stop us in our tracks, to fill us with fear and doubt. But here's the reality we don't always like to admit. Failure is not the enemy. Failure is a necessary part of the process. It's a teacher, a guide, and a crucial milestone on the road to success. When we fail, it often feels like the end of the road. It feels like everything we've worked for has been lost, and we wonder if it was all worth it. But the truth is, failure is never the end. It's just the beginning of something new. Every failure is an opportunity to learn, to grow, and to improve. Think about the greatest achievements in history. Think about the innovators, the dreamers, the creators. They didn't succeed on their first try. They faced failure after failure, sometimes for years, before finding the breakthrough that changed everything. If they had given up after the first setback, the second or the 10th, we would never have had the world-changing inventions, the art, the discoveries, and the ideas that shape our world today. Failure isn't a reflection of your worth. It's a reflection of your courage to try. It's about taking risks, stepping outside your comfort zone, and being willing to fall down, knowing that getting up is part of the journey. In fact, those who fear failure the most often miss out on the opportunities that could lead to their greatest achievements. They're too afraid to take the leap, too afraid to push forward when things get tough. But when you embrace failure, you see it not as a setback, but as an essential part of the process. When you're afraid to fail, you become paralyzed. You start playing it safe, avoiding challenges and opportunities because the fear of failing is too great. But the truth is, playing it safe often leads to regret. It's the moments when you push past your fear and try, even when the outcome is uncertain, that you discover your true potential. It's in those moments that you learn more about who you are and what you're truly capable of. Failure teaches resilience. It teaches us how to bounce back, how to adapt, and how to do things differently next time. The most successful people didn't get to where they are because they avoided failure. They got there because they kept going despite it. They learned, they adjusted, and they never gave up on themselves. So the next time you fail, don't view it as a dead end. Embrace it as part of your growth. Ask yourself what you can learn from the experience and how you can use it to propel yourself forward. Fail forward. Let each failure make you stronger, wiser, and more determined to succeed. Remember, the greatest risk in life is not taking any risks at all. Don't be afraid to fail. Instead, embrace it, learn from it, and keep moving forward, because the only true failure is giving up. Your voice is more than just the words you speak. It's the essence of who you are, your thoughts, beliefs, values, and experiences, all wrapped up in the unique way you express yourself. Owning your voice means standing tall in your truth, refusing to shrink, and speaking from the heart, no matter how difficult or uncomfortable it might feel. So many of us are afraid to speak up, afraid to be heard, because we fear judgment or rejection. We hold back, censor ourselves, and silence our inner thoughts because we worry that our opinions aren't valuable enough. But here's the truth: your voice matters. It has power. It has purpose. Your words are your tool for change, for connection, and for creating impact. Think about the people who have inspired you. They didn't just say what was easy or what others wanted to hear. They spoke their truth, even when it wasn't popular, even when it wasn't comfortable. They owned their voice and made the world listen. They didn't wait for permission, and they didn't let fear stop them. They knew that their voice was not only their right, but their responsibility. In conclusion, owning your story means living with purpose, intention, and authenticity. It's about stepping into your power, knowing who you are, and writing a narrative that only you can tell. You're not a product of your circumstances. You're a creator, an author, a visionary. So take control of your story. Write it with passion. Write it with integrity. And most importantly, write it for yourself. Because at the end of the day, your story is the one that matters most. And when you own it, there's nothing you can't achieve.